Christi, like you said. I should try Melissa's thing and say my name is Christi Colbert. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about stock photography. Just a real quick, if nobody knows what microstock is, or if you haven't heard of the term before, microstock is basically where you upload your prints to an agency who turns around and sells them for you. That sounds great, but then you'll also see why the micro comes in, because you get a tiny percentage of what they earn for you. But it can add up, and it can be a nice addition to your photography earnings. So I'm going to come over here first, just to get through the first few slides. So sorry to turn my back on you guys. I will fix this in just a second. Okay, so to start, there's a picture of what I mostly do. I'm a wedding photographer for the most part. I love portraits. I also love sports and events and just about everything. I'm not very into landscape photography, but I like that a lot too. So here, while I talk about myself for a minute more, I'll be flipping through and show you some more samples. So I'm also officially, I guess, the wedding manager for the Peppermill Reno. I'm contracted through, so I'm still doing that through my own photography. But last year, my team and I shot 82 weddings. Out of those, 71 I did myself. So there was a lot of very short weddings there that I ended up shooting. I got into photography after my first son, who's now 18, was born. Back then it was just a hobby, and I wanted to be able to do some baby photos because I love babies. Let's see, sorry. At the time I was employed, that I started photography, I was employed as a graphic artist at Oakland, Nevada. I actually met Kippy through both of us being graphic artists, and then later I fell in love with photography instead and switched careers. Stock photography was something that I had used for magazine layouts, but I had never made my own. And digital photography was in its early years at that time. So my first DSLR, or my first SLR, was a film camera, and I was frustrated because I knew what I wanted the photos to look like, but I couldn't get them to look the way I wanted them to look. I'd get a lucky shot here and there, but I needed to learn how to use it. So around 2005, when digital cameras started becoming affordable, I went down and got a Rebel. And since I wasn't really interested in the darkroom, I took a class from a good friend of mine who let me skip the darkroom. And learned how to start controlling what my photos were going to look like. So now I can move over there and talk to your faces. So here are some popular stock sites. I have this at the end if you guys want to copy them down. If I move through too quickly for you guys to actually be able to see it, then it'll be up again at the end. And if you don't get them all down, feel free to email me and I'll send them out. So here we go. I looked up and I found all these sites. The iStock photo at the time that I started submitting was kind of in its early stages. Later they were bought out by Getty Images. And then they also bought ThinkStock Photo. So they're like a big group that owns. Shutterstock is another big one. They also own Ringstock, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then Dreamstime is another big one. They're actually my favorite site as far as where to upload to and how they manage their uploads. They're just not as big of a seller for me. And then Photolia used to be a smaller site, and Adobe came along and bought that. So, they're moving along. And then 123 World 3 came along. You'll see all this here. And that's another one that's a decent error, but it has some good stuff too. Okay, so let me go to the next one. So I started off, like I said, am I too close to it? Yeah, sorry. I started off with my camera. and I have all these photos on my desk, and I don't know what to do with them, and I love taking photos, and I'm a good photographer. I'm going to submit them to stock and see what happens. So I did that, and I submitted 10 photos to Shutterstock, and they came back, and I got a 7 out of 10 rejection. I went, okay, it must be Shutterstock. I'm going to try iStock. So I did that, and they accepted my 3 photos, so I thought, okay, I'm good, it's Shutterstock. Uploaded to them, and sent the rest of the 7, and also not a good response. So when I first started doing this, I was pretty discouraged. But I say it all the time, submitting photos to stock in general may be a better photographer because they will ruthlessly review your photos. And you'll learn what you need to do. So before you guys do anything, I'm going to kind of show you how this works. Okay. So, okay, I feel so rejected here. I think I'm on the other side here. Let me move here. There we go. So, here's just a quick summary of some other rejections you might get. The photo is out of focus. That one's kind of self-explanatory. Poor composition. Their idea of poor composition has to do with marketing and how it will be used in an ad. So while you might love your composition, they're going to come back and say, there's no room for text, there's no room for, this is not marketable. So for lighting, if you have underexposed, your white balance is off, low light, that sort of thing, there's sticklers for that. Keywords, we'll talk about a little bit later. The trademark and property is a big one. If you have a Nike logo on a shirt that you upload, that's going to be rejected right away. They won't even look at the rest of the photo. Lighting problems. Does anybody, raise your hand if you know what chromatic aberration is? Okay, so we got quite a few here. I'm impressed. When I first submitted photos and it came back and I got a chromatic aberration, I was like, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's actually like when you have a dark spot and a light spot, and your lens can't quite figure out which way it's supposed to go, so it puts kind of a little line with outlines around the edges. That's chromatic aberration. Okay, so I'm going to go into there. That's where I was trying to get to. So the early rejections mostly had to do with focus. They're sticklers for sharp focus, and they're not always fans of shallow depth of field. So this one, the focus was on one of her eyes. We'll say it was on her left eye, or right eye. And they didn't like that there was a difference. I had shot it kind of wide, and we ended up with a blurry left eye, and they didn't like it. So I resubmitted it smaller, which makes it a little sharper, and did it. Okay, this is a recent one, and this is to show when out of focus is okay. This is a definite, the focus is actually very clear on what I want you to look at, which is the fidget spinner. And the kid in the background is secondary. This is, if he's advertising a fidget spinner, it's okay to have him out of focus in that. This is an easy correction. I always do this first. What happened was when I shot this portrait, there was a window light to her left, there was an umbrella light to her right, and then I had a fill flash on my camera. So you got the tungsten that was in, oh, and there was tungsten in her, and the tungsten won. So she ended up kind of a yellow tone. Really simple fix. You just go in and Lightroom and adjust it, and you're back to, you're ready to go. And that would be something that would be a potential rejection with this out of the way. Okay, here's another common rejection. This one was because of underexposure. This photo, I should have included a larger one so you can see it. In my mind was where I wanted it because I liked the kind of darker feel in the background. And it was actually accepted at 2 other sites, but Adobe Stock didn't like it. So this is where you make the decision. I'm kind of like, okay, that's never going to sell anyway, so I'm not going to take the time to fix it and reapply it. So you can kind of, you'll see like if you're submitting to different sites, what's going to sell. You kind of get a feel for what's going to sell and what's not, and it's worth it to put more time into other photos. Okay, so I like this photo. I actually got it printed for Maddie, who is number 15, because it was a good action shot when she was, jumping for the ball and showing off what she does. Can any of you guys tell me a couple of reasons why this would not be good stock material? Faces? Faces is good. You would need a model release for a lot of faces.
Logo. The rock logo.
The what?
The rock logo.
The logos, yep. Those would have to go. And then there's one more that would make me not even submit it. Here we go. There you go. Or lighting, high ISO, low light. When you're shooting in a gym, the players don't really appreciate it if you shoot with a big, flash setup. So it's pretty much you do what you can with the camera. There's no supplemental light. So while this would be a great photo, and say it was your kid and you had a model release and you wanted to put it in, it's not a photo for stock. Okay. So here's keywording. We were talking about that earlier. This is one of my bigger sellers. That's actually my son back there.
He really likes pancakes.
He really loves pancakes. And we make a lot at home. Okay, for keywording, try to think like a person who would be searching for that photo. They've never seen that photo, so they would not say, let's see if I can get this right. Okay, so they would not put in boy with knife and fork on red check tablecloth eating a stack of pancakes. That's too much detail. But they might put in large stack of pancakes child. They might put in, eating breakfast, big portion, things like that. So when you keyword your photos, one of you guys can read them on there. Are you able to see that? That's kind of, okay, so what they are is pancake, breakfast, large food, child, humor, stack, excess, hungry, meal, plate, small, perks, abundance, fun, healthy eating, human hand, isolated, fork, big face, tall table. So you get that. It kind of takes you through it. And you put all those in there. That way when somebody searches, they can find it. And the uploading of these is fairly, if you're wondering how did you get to that point, when you go on the sites, they walk you through it pretty well. Let's see, this one, artifact. This is another one that I had not really thought of when I first started submitting to stock. Let me show you. Oh, there we go. That part right there is a zoom in. Where when you save the file over and over again, say I like this photo, I thought, oh, I'm going to keep this for stock. I open it up, I adjust it, I close it back down. Open it back up and I go, oh, I'd like to change this little spot here, close it back down, save it again. Every time you do that to a JPEG file, it's getting progressively worse. So since this was shot as a JPEG in the first place, it didn't have a lot of degradation to go. So they actually looked at this and said, no, it's too artifacted. So what I did was went back to the original file, did a quick save, and resubmitted it. Okay. So once you're in the technical side, it gets a lot easier, but then you know what sells. Okay, let's see, what was it? Sorry. Some of the images that I think are a huge hit, and I think, oh, this is going to sell like crazy, never going to get that. And then other ones, I think that was a picture of my dog on a mat. Why did that sell? It's hit or miss on a lot of them, and a lot has to do with where they get picked up from search engines. If you're wondering, stock photography makes money by volume. A normal download is anywhere from 25 cents to about $2. So you don't make very much until you have a good base for people to buy from. They do have, well, I'll get to that. So there's some right there that are the next one up. That's probably an extended license. And if you sell those, that's like $28 to $30 sale. I think it's gone up recently, because it used to be 28 and now it's 30. You can see, I don't know if those are easy enough to see. Some of those are just, the ones like third up from the bottom are just those little Valentine candy hearts. I was sitting at my table and I arranged them on a piece of paper and I liked the way they looked and I took a photo and uploaded it, and that photo has made $300 or $400 over the years, just from, and it was like a tank of his paper, and I just went, oh, that's cute. So, they, mostly designers, people who are needing, if you're in a magazine and you're writing a story about, about pancake breakfast that's coming up or whatever, and you see that on there, it's like, oh, this is a great one, this is all these cool pancakes, or, whatever comes up, so.
Christi, I'm sorry, I can't hear you real well back here.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
sorry.
because you're facing that way.
Okay, I'll try to lean in without making it.
I'm sorry, I just can't see your face.
Oh, I'll try to turn back.
Thank you.
So those were the extended license, and then, okay, so now we're gonna kind of play a game. On this, these are the first two images, by the way, that I ever submitted, and they are lousy. Feel free to pick them apart. The Americana chick was our chicken Nikki, who later was a great layer. That's about all I can say. So, and the one underneath that is our friend's daughter's feet. It was Halloween, she was dressed up, I thought it was cute. If you look close at those, you'll see that the focus is the, like Larry was talking about, which you never want to shoot lower than f4. That one is shot at 2.8 using only window light, and so like the only focus on the eyeball of the chick is sharp. Everything else is crinkling, which doesn't make for a great stock photo. And the one underneath that, the clipping path is really rough. I should put a clipping path on it. That's how old it is. So some reviewer was feeling kind on that one. So, but of the two, looking at them, which do you think would sell better if you submitted those to stock? The shoes. Because how many people have chickens? How many different advertising agencies are going to look for that particular chicken? Excellent. So the one on the bottom actually ended up pretty decent. So that was a few years ago that I took that screen capture, and it's had more than 100 downloads. So, it could be good. Okay, so there must be some like Wizard of Oz fans in the world. Okay, so here's all of what the stock sites look like if you go and you actually have a portfolio of your images. All those are my images up there. Most of them are duplicates. I'm sorry. Most are duplicates. Like I said, different sites take different things. So if you look on my 123 royalty free, I think I have like a 99% acceptance rate on that. They take everything. So that one has many more images than say my iStock one, which I think only has like 160. So just kind of, you can kind of like feel it out and see what you like the most. I like Shutterstock probably for the sales, but I like Dreams Time for the ease of use. So these were taken, oh, I lost where I was. Sorry. Oh, okay. So these were taken, all of these, a few days after Christi told me I would be giving this talk because I had not submitted anything in a very long time. And I thought, well, how can I go talk about it if everything's changed since 2011 when I last updated? So these are my two sons. They're 11 and 9, and they're free models, which is good. So I stood them up in my kitchen against a white backdrop, and I put a single light into the backdrop and then a single light in the softbox onto them. And we just played. The whole thing took probably 20 minutes, I think, if that. Because of the way they were shot, I didn't really have to cut out the background or do anything extra to them. Very little post-production. It was just set the white balance, do what I had to do, go, and then keyload or upload. So to give you an idea, this is Shutterstock. They took all of them. iStock took all of them. Adobe was a little picky, but for the most part, they all got accepted. So here are some of the sales, and to give you an idea. So there's apparently a market for fidget spinners right now. As of June 27th, which is yesterday, they had earned $92 on Shutterstock, $12 on Dreams Time, $5 on Adobe Stock, and a giant $1.87 on iStock. that all adds up to more than $110, which for 1 month of them just sitting there and one night playing in my living room with my kids, now I got it. So it's also really fun to be like going online and finding stuff that pops up. So here, this is, I did a search the other day for my name just to see what I could find. And there's the use of pancake day online. Here's my other older son who is now 18, behind another pile of pancakes. Score, free pancakes in my house. This is actually an ad that Kimmy built when we were at the paper. And this uses my friend's daughter because I ran out of kids.
Could you explain really quickly the model release portion of that?
Basically, you can download them from any site and you can use them. I use iStocks because it's really general. But once you get a signature from a release, you can use it across all the sites. So, and the way that they do it is you have to submit a JPEG. So usually when I'm on the shoot, like if I'm doing that one with the fidget spinners, I'll just take a picture of the release and then add it to it, and that way I have it when I'm doing my upload to give to them. So, and then some of them, like Shutterstock, once it's on file, it stays pretty much forever. I haven't even needed to change it on a lot of them for that particular model. But most people, you tell them where it's going to go and what it's going to be used for, and most people are like, that's exciting, I want to do it. That else I can do it. So here's another one, drinking milk to ease milk allergy. That's my son, again, lots of those. This was one, we were on our way home from Topaz, and I like the clouds behind the welcome to Nevada sign. That one sells a lot, just because it's just something that, people, well, that one's interesting. Personhood phrases are picky when it comes to items. That's whatever stuff. This one's in, anybody know? I have no idea. Russian Federation. So that one's So this one is my newest one that I came across. This one had me cracking up. Jokes on fidget spinner. So I showed my son and he's like, why did they write that story about me? So, and then this is my other son with the pancakes. Can you guys see down there on the bottom of the electric griddle? Yeah. We were in Walmart, right there. Yeah. We were in Walmart walking through, there it is on the shelf with the cell phone shop. Like, hey, that's John. That's fun. We were on Netflix looking for movies to watch on TLC, or looking for movies to watch, and this TLC popped up, and they could use this on the cover of their John Goodwin's DVD. It's kind of fun. That's something I love to do, is go through every once in a while and see what I can find. So, I'm sure, I don't feel like I even, I barely touched on the subject, so if you guys have any questions, feel free, but there's a list of the stop signs.
Sway request exclusives from you. You talked about submitting to a lot of different ones.
Yes.
Is there one that will demand
A lot of people go exclusive. I am of the opinion that if you have more out there, you're going to make more sales. Exclusives, I'll explain. If you go with just iStock photo, they give you a percentage higher. Say you were making 20%, you'll start making 35% for selling on just their stock. And they give you a higher spot up on the search engine for being exclusive with them. The problem with that is, when I worked at the paper, they had a big stock subscription. When I worked at a local print shop, they had a Shutterstock subscription. When I worked for the ranch down there, and it's actually called a ranch, which around here is bad. It's a ranch golf course. They had a subscription to Shutterstock. So you never know who you're going to get. So for me, I feel like if I go across the board, it's a little longer of an upload time, but the returns are going to be bigger. And the open kind of, you feel the same?
Yeah, absolutely. I was exclusive on Dreamstime for quite a while, and my earnings were higher than they are now, not being exclusive, but now I'm on like 10 different sites, and I'm making way more than I would just on Dreamstime.
Do any of them have, is Shutterstock better for landscape, or is Dreamstime better for landscape, or are they all the the same, if you were going to upload different images?
That's a good question. I think Shutterstock is more about bulk, because they have so many 33-cent downloads. They only added their on-demand, which is like a $2 download, a few years ago. So if you wanted something where it was a more high-end image that you might sell less of, but you'd sell it for more,
Right.
then Dreamstime exclusive might be a better way to go.
Dennis, I have found that Dreamstime accepts more of my landscapes than any other stock site.
Okay.
And I have a picture of Sand Harbor that's sold about 500 times now, that no other site would even accept.
Right.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Well, yeah.
yeah. So the other one said
Well, I've
bad
heard-
white balance. I'm like, the white balance is the sky. But
Well, I
yeah, so-
heard that certain ones, certain ones
Dreamtime for
like different subjects.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like red shoes versus a chick, or,
Yeah.
Yeah,
versus
but I guess
so.
the best advice would just be try it and see what works for you. But I think Kippy's right about the depth of landscapes.
How are the payments made?
The payments are made for me by PayPal, but they'll send you a check. I think they'll even do it directly in your account, right?
I do PayPal.
But I like the PayPal, and that's another thing that when I was first getting started, equipment's expensive. So you get a $300 check to go towards photography equipment that you don't have to answer to anybody for. It's nice. It's like, hey, look at this. And this was just sitting there doing nothing, and now you can go buy, a flash or whatever. So it's something where it takes, there's kind of a learning curve in the beginning, but it's something where once you get the hang of it, it's a really simple process to get along. Any other questions? It doesn't cost you anything. Once you give them the rights to your image, though, you can't get them back. So make sure that it's something you're happy with having on there forever. As far as I know, there's no way to delete them once they're.
I think on some sites you can. The other thing I was going to say, Shutterstock offers something called Offset, which is a premium collection. And I know, is it Rashid? Yeah, he's on there with some of his higher end landscape shots. And I think they probably sell for a lot more.
And that, what was
It's called Shutterstock Offset.
Offset?
Offset.
That's something we're looking into.
That definitely. And also, I know Dreamstime will let you buy the rights to the image for a certain set price. Like where they'll take it down and you say you put a $200 price on it. Somebody can buy it once and bring it down. So that's another option too, if you're selling high-end stuff. Also, I forgot to mention, if you guys do go on these Dreamstime, Shutterstock, and then it's called Microstalker, which is Microstock. No, okay. Wait, is it? It's missing a letter, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it's STOCKR.
Yeah, there you go. So Microstalker, but without the last name. All of those will show you your earnings at a glance on your phone, which is maybe a little excessive. You go on there and it'll show you on Tuesday you sold 4 images, on Wednesday you sold 7 images, and it goes across and gives you all of those. And on the Microstalker one, every site that you're on is listed. So you can go on there and go down the bottom and be like, hey, I'm rich. So does anybody have any other questions before we go? How's time?
That sign, the road sign, did you submit that as editorial or?
It was all commercial.
That's amazing.
I'm
surprised they didn't kick it.
Yeah, I submitted one of those and it got rejected for trademark.
And that's another thing you mentioned too, is that it's your reviewers. They have different reviewers, and one reviewer might like it, and the next reviewer won't, and it's a crapshoot
You're
sometimes.
right, I was going to say that. If you really love an image, you do a tiny tweak and resubmit it. Because she's right, you might get a crazy reviewer who's been like, this is 12 copies in, I want to go home. I don't like it, and then you're done. So
Which one is the most user-friendly? I've never done this and I want to try it, to submitting.
I think Dreamstime. Yeah, no. You guys?
The only thing I don't like about Dreamstime is multiple files, and they don't have that, right?
Yeah.
You can't do.
You can FTP them.
Yeah, it'll repopulate from your last image,
Yeah.
but if you've got a batch of 20 photos and they're all the same, it
That's
seems
true.
like some of the other ones you can just, boom, they're all done at once.
I guess you're right on this. Shutterstock would be better for for the first one? Yeah. I stock and get images are a pain in the butt to me.
Yeah, they are.
I don't enjoy, you have to wait to see what's sold. I still don't know what my earnings are. I know that they're $1.87 for those pictures because they do it a month ahead of time. So I know from May 17th through the end of May, but I don't know what I've sold in June. So how can I gauge what I'm gonna send them until I know what's selling? So I don't like the way they do that.
My favorite thing about Dreams Time is that they tier their payments. So the more your image sells, the more it's worth. So as your image sells more, you're going to get more money for it. And I think that's the only stock site that does that I know of.
Yeah. That's Dreams Time. Oh, and also worth mentioning, 1, 2, 3 royalty free. They don't have high sales on those, but they have a great feature. Everything you upload, you can also download for free.
Oh,
So it's like a storage of all your photos.
that's awesome. There's something to be said for that. That's
So
true.
that one is like, somebody will say, can I have that pancake photo? I'm like, that was 27 hard drives ago. So that's a great one to be able to just go access your photos, and you can do them in any size.
Oh, one
So
more.
do these sites, they set the price for your photos?
They set the price, and there's an agreement when you go in there to sign up, they'll say your percentage is like 15 to 20%, I think, of what they sell. But there's also subscriptions where sometimes you get a 14-cent download. So it's like, you never know exactly how much it's going to pay.
There is a stock site out there called shutterpoint.com. And I think they were my first stock site that I was ever on. And they do let you set your own prices.
So it's Pond 5.
Oh, who does?
Pond 5.
Pond 5.
It's mostly video, but they're starting to add a lot more
There you go.
photography. And they'll let you price your image.
So there you go, Pond 5 and Shutterpoint.
And if you download MicroStalker, they give you all of the different, like the ones that you're on, but when you go to accounts, it'll list every stock. Those were just the 6 that I used, but if you want to like really follow me on
If you have nothing to do but
use
upload
them. If
photos.
you want to try some different ones, then feel free. There's like 20 of them.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Can't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never sleep again.
Must sell photos.
But that's the cool thing is that, Christi's been sitting here giving this presentation, how many photos has she sold while she's been here?
Quantity.
Or when you're hanging out at your kid's baseball game or whatever, you're making money, so.
Then everything becomes a stock photo. Like she said, you're at your kid's baseball game, you're like, oh, look how that glove is laid artfully over there. You want to try it all out.